we're back for more, and I've already made some changes. Alright, it's probably pretty obvious right from the start. I made the decision after much thought and consideration to change the tile out in the kitchen to match what's in the entryway. It might feel a bit busy, but I still think I prefer this. I like the black, but it felt too dark for a kitchen. So that was the little change I made there. I also finally added a painting up here. It just felt so bare between there, and I just needed to get something up there. It's about the only piece that was large enough to really fill that space in the way I wanted. I just kind of adjusted the colors to suit the room, so the gray of the wood is the same color of the gray that I used everywhere else. The blue on the sky is just a pale version of the blue that's on the walls. I moved the lamp over here to fill this space. I tried several tables, and ultimately this look is what I most preferred for this space. It's a very small space. The couch is quite large, so just for balance purposes, I went with this. Is it my greatest design choice? Not really, but I'm overall not too mad about it. Eventually, I'd like to add a bunch of, decor and things to kind of make things feel a little cozier, a little less bare, but overall, I'm really liking how it's looking. But we need to do an actual job and make some more money, although we're really not doing that badly on money. I would have thought with everything we've done here that it would have cost us a whole lot more than it has. All right, in Crayfish Coast, we have a little bird told me you're making it big in Pinnacle. I saw what you did at Jane's, and I must say, I'm impressed. That gave me an idea. I found this old shack I think could sell well. It needs some adjustments, of course. I have a client with a very specific taste, and nothing on the market seems to make the cut. I'm afraid if I don't find her dream beach house soon, she'll start to look outside Pinnacle. Or worse, she'll buy something from Akenzo. My proposition is simple. You make the renovation, and I make the sale. Are you ready for your first proper house flip? I'm ready. How about you guys? Are we ready for this? I'm not sure if I trust my judgment on decorating, but I do have fun doing it. Oh my god. Well, first we're going to start with selling anything that we can, making sure that we have plenty of money to work with. I have a feeling we might spend a little over the budget here just to have a little fun. We'll see. We'll have to see what exactly the client's specific tastes might be. They definitely, I'm guessing, like anyone, would not really be all that thrilled with a ton of old tires and other garbage around their house. I still find it funny that we can sell the weeds and the bits of just stuff, but hey, I'm not going to question it as long as they're giving me money. We have a significant budget to work with here, so let's try to make the best of it. First thing I'm going to do is actually just sell everything in the whole place that I can, and then I'll deal with the trash. The reason I'm selling first, I think I do have a perk anyway, but I'm selling first for the fact that I just want to make sure that I'm getting the most budget to work with. I have a feeling there's something up on the roof we need to deal with here. But I do love the skylight, if only it wasn't covered in trash. Oh, we have a skylight in here too. I'm not sure how I feel about the idea of a skylight like that in my bedroom, especially if we have access to up there. Oh, we unlocked a flipper perk. Designer, we can change the item style. Alright, Alright, we've managed to get everything that can be sold. Now we deal with the trash. I don't think the trash situation is too bad once we got rid of all the stuff that needs sold. It's just kind of little clusters of things. It does kind of look like somebody might have been squatting here and left a lot of trash behind. It also kind of looks like there might have been a storm, and we got a lot of just things that washed up. Apparently I've missed some things for sale outside. I guess I gotta look around a little better here. Oh. Yeah, there's definitely some stuff upstairs. Cleaning all of that up reminded me, though, that there was an upstairs where we still need to sell things. Honestly, this would be a really awesome space. Oh, we've got some trash bags up here. I wonder if I can... No, I gotta aim a little higher. At least we got it over. Well, I'm gonna have to pick that up for sure. Alright, it looks like we're at the point where we just need to do an awful lot of scrubbing. Honestly, the top here, this deck, is really clean considering how bad it looks inside. I honestly would have expected a lot worse. So am I the only one that would feel really uncomfortable walking on something like this in real life? That would just feel dizzying to me, and I'd be so worried that it's going to break through. Alright, inside, tackling the stains in the bathroom. Yeah, I really hope that we're using some good quality, like, mold blocking paints when we get around to this room or something, because this is not a lot. Oh, we got another little achievement there. No stain can avoid you. I know I've said it a million times, but cleaning the windows gotta be my favorite part. Oh, it's just satisfying to just squeegee. Honestly, same in real life, to be honest. Squeegeeing a window is really kind of one of those strangely satisfying kind of things. Straight up looks like somebody was in front of this wall and trying to get out of some mud with their tires just kicking up mud on the wall, which really makes you wonder what's been going on in this house. Yeah, I would say these are definitely leaking. Might want to get that checked out. Honestly, I think being this close to the ocean, a lot of this actually probably looks pretty good. That sea spray kind of thing. But, yeah, the bit of graffiti there was a bit unexpected. Okay, we apparently have 6 stains left, and I am struggling to find them. There we go. Luckily, they do give us a little way to find stuff, and we can kind of search. Sometimes it's just that you didn't quite clean it enough. You know, keep going on it. So it's, oh, there's little bits inside as well. Why did I close myself out? There we go. All right, I think we're going to start with the smallest room. I think I'm going to start with any surface finishes in each room. Get that done first. It's really hard to work around things that are actually in the room. And we have a choice of the raw stone tiles or the brick bond. Well, I shouldn't say choice so much as, yeah, they tend to choose areas that they would like us to put it. I want to take a look at the other option as well and see if they're listing. Okay, so it's the same area. So I get to choose, and I think because I didn't use black in my house, in the kitchen, we're going to go ahead and do it here. And I actually think I like this tile better than the one I was using in the house. This is the finish I was trying to get, more so the less shiny thing. I think I've just been picking like the wrong tile to start with as my base, so I'm ending up with a shinier finish than I want. So at least I know the options are out there. I just need to keep looking. Now we could do a bit of mixing it up and do the other tile on the floor. I personally prefer like a solid tile look myself. It might be a bit dated. I'm not really up on current trends, but it's my personal style preference. I also find it strange myself to do only some of the walls partial tile. I understand doing full tile around the shower, but I would personally finish off and do the tile at that same height then through the whole rest of the room as well. To me, that just looks more complete. Okay, so taking a look at the things we need, obviously a shower, and I think it's pretty obvious where that's going to go. And honestly, I really like that with the black tiles. Now we need to find room for a sink and a toilet. Now, I've always preferred to have a sink closest to the door. To me, that makes the most sense because you would want to wash your hands before leaving the room. This room, I would have preferred to put the toilet, or I would have preferred to put the sink here, but then that doesn't allow for us to put the mirror above it. And I don't like to have the toilet where it would be when you open the door, that would be your first view. So as awkward as it would be, I really think I'm going to prefer it back here. And we have just enough room for the door. I'm amazed that I actually did that on the first try. All right, that room is completed. Okay, in here they're keeping the floor, but they'd like some paint. And honestly, I can't say I blame them. I would have probably done at least paint in this room myself. Now I am noticing that they want to keep that wall and then these two other walls kept as accents. I actually don't mind that too much. I've said before I prefer personally rooms to be completed. I consider wood a bit of an exception to that rule, especially if it's done on the wall where the headboard will be. I think that can look quite nice. Not always. I was about to say always, but it definitely is better to me than I guess random to me changes. Like I've seen rooms where each wall is painted a different color or something, or this situation again, the two walls. Personally, I would paint this wall and just leave this one like this and put the bed on this wall. In this particular room, I think we're going to have to put it on this wall. So if it were me designing from scratch, I would put the wood on this wall and paint the other three if I were to be doing an accent wall. But we are here to please a client with particular tastes, so we're going to do what he wants. All right, as I mentioned, I think the bed is going to work best there. I would have, I think, liked it there if that wall were just a little bit wider to accommodate the end tables, but I think we'll have to do it here under the window. I'm not a big fan of being under a window, even though I actually personally also design that way quite often in Sims houses. A lot of times I do that because it's actually easier than coming up with a painting for over the bed. Yeah, I can kind of see that being the case in this game as well. We do have kind of limited options for our decor right now. I think we'll center this at the end of the bed, at least as center as I can manage. And I obviously think we're going to want to put this over here. I think we'll put the candle on the side here with that, and we'll put the lamp over here. All right, it's going to be best if the mirror is someplace you can kind of stand away from it and look, but I'd also kind of like it to not get slammed by the door. So I think we'll put it here. We'll lift it up a little bit so that you can properly check yourself out in the mirror. Now, I think ideally that probably would have looked best on the other wall, but we have that in the way, and I think because of that it's going to work better over there. I'm not thrilled with the way it blends in, but I think it would have done that even on the white wall. All right, we definitely need something on this dresser, so I think we'll start with that, and then we'll check out how tall this is. Yeah, we'll have a way to balance that mirror a little bit with some plants. And we'll just squeeze all three of these into here in a cute little arrangement. I think I might have liked something in there, but I'm not sure what. But it does at least kind of counteract the height of that mirror. But that's not too bad. Very minimal. Okay, I have a feeling this is... Oh, I'm... Okay. I wouldn't have put wood in there. Maybe we'll do the wood to continue it on the floor. I think that might be the intention there. Yeah, I think that I can agree with. Now, ordinarily, I would prefer tile of some sort in a kitchen, but I think because of the size of the space, it's going to look better to continue the floor. And they still get this subway tile that they like. I know subway tile is very popular. It's not a personal favorite of mine. Some of it can be done well, but this particular black and white kind of thing, I can understand why people like it, but it's not my personal taste. Okay, kind of looking at the furniture that we need to place. I'm not sure what I want to do with those. I'm tempted to move them in some way, but I don't know where I would want to move them. I feel like they're there as storage, but yeah, I don't know. I'm not loving them. And now we get the game of trying to place all of these cabinets in whatever way they were intended to fit in here, which gets a little complicated. We do only have the one corner, so I'm making a pretty solid assumption that that is going to be there. And then if I place this here, we should be able to get one of the narrow cabinets on the end, just barely. And then that leaves us with just a narrow cabinet again and the sink. But we also need to get the fridge in there. So I think I'll scoot this over to here. And we should be able to squeeze the fridge in there. It will be a tight squeeze, but a perfect fit. I think I personally would have gone with a black fridge. Kind of keep it more sleek. I actually think I might make that adjustment. So we're going to try changing the tile. The base, make it gray as well. And see, okay, actually, I want more of a gray like the other. Yeah, like that. Not loving the details though. They have a greenish tint to them, and I'm not sure which one that actually is to change. I think it just does black over the whole thing. I still think it looks better. I have a feeling I'm going to get really annoyed because that's not going to line up in any way. I wish the sink were wide enough to actually fit that space. It just feels weird. Okay, it gets worse because the only place for everything to fit is like that. I hope that that's one of those drying rack type cabinets. They're not very popular. I don't even know if anyone really uses them in the US, but I've seen them in apartment tours of apartments overseas, and I think that's like a brilliant idea. And that seems like a great place to do something like that. Having it open so you can see where the dishes are. I don't know. I like that. But okay, it is the best I can do with what we're working with, in my opinion. Yeah, it's not bad. I can see why they decided to do the white fridge to kind of complete that, but I personally think the black looks better. Okay, we need to get a sofa and a desk into here. And I really think the sofa being tucked into here is going to be our best choice. We don't have a dining table, so I think putting the desk here in what would be a dining area probably going to be the best fit. Then if you did get a TV, it could be put probably around here. Doesn't seem like the type who's going to use a TV though. It's a very weird choice for a lamp, but I guess the desk is really the only place to put it. Okay, we do have need for a coffee table, cabinets. There's a lot that needs to fit into this space. Okay, we have this random shelf, and I'm really thinking the best place is up here. I could put it here, but the reason I'm thinking here is to kind of balance it out, but I do have decorations, but we'll need some on this shelf as well. I'm just not 100% on this. Maybe I'll move this up here. It doesn't really give you light for the desk, but it does balance out the space a little. It's a very odd collection of things. There's even this shelf yet that needs to fit in here, which I think is meant to go with the desk, which is making this whole layout feel even weirder. Okay. Not ideal, but what I've decided to do was try to create like a little bit of a zone for the desk. I did want to tuck it right up against there, but then the chair would have been right there next to the bathroom door. This at least still allows for it to open. Yeah, I'm not loving this. I'm really struggling with the layout here. I think ideally I would have put the desk over here, but then it would have been this weird, awkward space for the couch. I don't know what to do with it. Really, 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 really struggling. All right, I redid it. I tucked the desk over here. I placed that there kind of at an angle. Not ideal. I probably would have preferred like two filing cabinets or two taller pieces like this, but yeah. I lined this up kind of with the edge. I keep struggling getting that just right, but then I put that over there and centered the couch on it, and then obviously the coffee table. Yeah, it's something. Well, with decor in place, this is what we have for this space. Like I said, there's parts of it I like, parts of it I'm not thrilled with, but I think we've made the best use of the space. All right, we just had to get a couple of pieces of furniture out here. I know that probably the best use would have been up front someplace, but I thought tucking it here in the corner would make it useful as a dining place for indoors, but also just a nice place to enjoy the view. And upstairs was super easy. There really wasn't a lot of other places to put the furniture, and we have 6 pots. They gave us 6 tall plants and 12 short ones, so I think it was pretty obvious where they wanted those plants to go. We're gonna pick up the trash and wrap things up. I felt like the bathroom was missing something, so I tossed in a towel and a little wall decoration. I added a few books over here just to kind of, make it look a little more lived in. And every home needs a cat flower pot. It just has to be. All right, so this should be a big change. Oh yeah, that's definitely a big change. I think this is probably one of the biggest changes we've had as far as just general look. Wow, seeing it like that, I didn't realize how bad that bathroom actually was. It's very minimal compared to what it looked like, for sure. All right, I'm actually pretty happy with that job. There were certain things that I wouldn't personally have chosen as a design, but I tried to kind of put my twist on it a little bit where I could. But I don't know, let me know what you think. Oh, let's get this.
Hello there. How did you like your first full house flip?
It was
So
awesome.
you actually enjoy it. That's great. Pinnacove needs a talented house renovator. So when the town council members finally come to their senses, we have someone to fix that poor old driftwood house. But in the meantime, I have an idea for how you can practice your house flipping skills.
I'm all ears.
There's a site where you can look for rundown houses. Just buy them, do your magic, and put them on sale. I'm sure that with your work quality, you'll find buyers in no time. You did so well with the last house that I managed to sell it for way more than I expected. So, I want to share some of the profit with you. It should be enough for you to buy your own house to flip. If you want to, of course. Take care and good luck with your career.
Wow, okay. It's finally time to flip your own houses. To buy one, press tab and open the houses tab. New houses will appear here with every job you finish. Time to make your flipping business thrive. All right, we're going to take a look at that next time when we'll be buying our first house. Thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful day and keep on being perfectly you.